Morena Papa. My name is Matire Duncan, and I'd like to thank you, Heidi, for the opportunity to present our kaupapa. Toitoi Manawa, a Myrtle strategy for Tauranga Moana led by the Tauranga Moana Biosecurity Māori Caucus. So with your food basket.
Yourself providing a safe environment, once you're hidden away and on the outside, it's just a better than what them colonized and what's not and whatever. Is do we have to food there? Do we have to sample 6 weeks and we maybe if there's changes and the skin but not so.
Carry on. We're going to try to.
So with your basket and my baskets, the world will survive. Now, Toitoi Manawa came out of an urgent need to protect what was happening in Tauranga Moana around Myrtle, and especially with our community colour. So posing a significant threat to the Indigenous ecosystem and to cultural integrity of Aotearoa and our headings. I want to share with you a kaupapa Māori approach to understanding and responding to the impacts of Myrtle, drawing on localised narratives, hapu-led research and Mātauranga Māori framework. There's an idea of some of them that you all know, the impacts of some of our whānau species. This is our principles that came out of our strategic plan, Toitoi Manawa. And we wanted to make sure that we were living to the principles of our strategic plan. So I guess that just gives you an overview on our vision, our mission, our objectives and outcomes, and also our values. So Te Ao Māori, there is really around the concepts of Mātauranga Māori and kaitiakitanga, which is something that we did raise this morning, so I don't want to go into much on that one. He actually gave a really clear overview about what we are trying to achieve here in terms of Te Ao Māori and Mātauranga Māori. And that is our maunga rangatira, Manawa. And we use our stories, our narratives, to help us get through a lot of the impacts or the issue that we are having within Tauranga Moana, and Carlton did mention the Asian cattle crab and also the Mediterranean worm, and also, and a few other things that we are trying to address. But we need a united front. And the other thing too, I think that should be raised later on in the conferences, given that the what's happening with our central government reforms and changes, that they're not really addressing the environmental issues that are impacting on us, and especially tangata whenua. And it's just going to get worse if nothing is done about it. So funding is an issue, resourcing is an issue, but we all need to come together because we're all trying to achieve the same outcome. So as part of our strategic vision and values, Myrtle order, a thriving, resilient, movable ecosystem, and our values: respect for Mātauranga Māori, collaboration, and resilience, and environmental stewardship. So from the front line, response to long-term cultural frameworks, we are committed to each other, to the cause, establishing a rapid, coordinated, and well-resourced response to environmental threats of Myrtle risk, grounded in local leadership in Mātauranga Māori. Our guiding principles: empower Māori-led governance and coordination, activate funding pathways and support networks, centre tangata whenua as decision makers and first responders, ensure cultural safety and capability and confidence in the response. Community awareness and engagement. Just quickly go past that one. Community awareness and engagement is to raise understanding of Myrtle race's impact and foster collective responsibility for biosecurity among iwi communities and the wider public. The guiding principles is to elevate mana whenua voices and storytelling and education, which is what we do with our tamariki, our tauira. We invite the schools in our rohe to attend our tia whenua. And Carlton did show you a couple of photographs of our tamariki at work, and they're really enjoying what they're learning about our taiao. So we share knowledge using accessible and culturally relevant tools, build awareness that biosecurity is a shared kaupapa, use kanohi ki te kanohi, wānanga and digital platforms to reach out to our community. Surveillance and monitoring training, I won't go too much into that, but the objective is to develop hapu and community capacity to identify, report and monitor myrtle race using both specific tools and mātauranga informed practices. And I'll leave the rest up to Ricky, who's going to be speaking after me. Management and conservation options. Implementing the objective is implement management actions that protect taonga species while honouring tikanga, ecological integrity and long-term cultural connections. The guiding principles is applied ahui and tikanga to guide place-based protection. Co-develop solutions between scientists and knowledge holders. Prioritise taonga trees and cultural heritage sites. Use restoration tools that support native regeneration and healing. And finally, number 5, Mātauranga Māori framework. Objective is to embed Mātauranga Māori as a legitimate and standalone system that drives innovation, healing, and cultural resilience and biosecurity responses. The guiding principles is to uphold kaitiakitanga, whakapapa, Māori, and wairua. Respect the rangatiratanga of iwi hapu and tohunga. Recognise Mātauranga Māori not as a lens but as a foundation. Enable dual or braided knowledge system, te reo takirua, to flourish in partnership. I'll leave that one for Ricky. So a case study is around a 500-year-old arco and has been impacted by myrtle rust and urban pressures. And I think I've got a couple of photos here. As you can see, the branches are slowly falling to the ground and they're being held up by posts and rubber underneath them. So they do, some of them have broken, but that's the situation that he's in at the moment. The next one, Mātauranga framework, which I've already given you our objectives and priorities. Messaging, communication, engagement, that's really important, is to make sure that our people in our communities understand and know what's going on in their community. And a lot of them don't know. A lot of them don't realise that the Pōra Tauranga is one of the biggest culprits. And so we just seem to carry on living life, but at the end of the day, you know, these impacts are going to impact on us really badly if nothing is done about it. So we want to make sure that our people are aware, and we want to put out regular e-pānui to our whānau and our community, even hapu. And that will help us get through some of these issues and coming together. And so the next steps is to expand the surveillance, as it says there, secure ongoing funding, strengthening partnership, and ensure national and international alignment with Indigenous-led strategy. And that is my kōrero. Kia ora.